So I've started the recording, and last time we discussed regarding the Palo Alto, like what is exactly the Palo Alto firewall and why it's something different from other firewalls, and we talked about the traditional firewall and the next generation firewall. So all of these stuffs like regarding the firewall, the basic knowledge or basic understanding regarding firewalls we studied in the last session. Now we are going to learn our second module. Let me open the first module. Let me show you first what we studied last time. So if you will see here, so our email I have mentioned like
Are you sharing? Are you sharing screen?
1 second, let me share if it is not shared. Okay, so I've shared my screen. Just let me know once is it visible to you guys. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so in our previous class we discussed regarding the module 1. In module 1 we discussed about the next generation firewall and why is the Palo Alto firewall is different from the others and why we should choose the Palo Alto, and the difference between traditional firewalls and next generation firewalls, the different types of product introduced by the Palo Alto. We also talked about that part, and architecture we also discussed like right as like SP3, and then we also discussed what are the management plane and the data plane, and finally we like SP3. Okay, and we also explored like GUI. In our today's session, we will talk about these things like factory default settings and then management interface configuration license and updates, administrator accounts, time zone, and the NTP and DNS configuration. And further, we will see the some basic setup of Palo Alto firewall. Okay, allow me one moment, 1 second. So, do you have any doubt, guys, regarding the module 1? If not, then we will proceed with module 2 now. Okay, taking as a no. So let's talk about module 2 now. Okay. So like factory default, what does it mean the factory default? The factory default does it mean, which means when we are going to any shop, let's suppose
Sorry to interrupt, Imran.
mhm,
Some of members joined newly. So for 5 minutes, can you revise module one like overview so they
yeah, yeah,
can catch
sure.
up the model two?
That's why I ask first. If you have any doubt, like we can discuss. Okay, who is new here? Okay, Alok is here. So Alok, you can share your email address, so I will add in the calendar. So one more guy admitted. Hi Pawan, is Pawan joined? Yes, here it is.
Yeah, he joined.
So let me introduce like the first module as well before going forward with the second module. So guys, in the last module, like we are basically learning on a Palo Alto firewall, and the other total 19 module we will cover in our this session. Okay, and all the modules are mentioned here like over the email. And whoever is not send your email ID, just share your email ID within a chat or on a WhatsApp group as well. And I will add Pawan you in a WhatsApp group as well, so you can share your email over there. So in the last module, we discussed regarding this, like what is the next generation firewall and why we choose the Palo Alto firewall. So basically, Palo Alto is something different from the other firewalls. due to the its architecture, like basically it having the CPUs and memories, the separated CPUs for content, for app ID, for content like inspection. So there are different things. If we talked about single pass parallel processing, so this is the architecture of Palo Alto, which makes something different from the other firewalls. So there are the two planes, like management plane and the data plane. So management plane is managed by only for the administrator purpose, like if you want to do some configuration configuration things. Okay, so you can do via the management. So like management is just for management, like if you want to manage a firewall regard through a configuration, through a HO configuration, through anything else, like you if you're going to config security policy. Okay, so this is comes under the management plane. You will configure through the management plane only. But if that packet will be processing under during through that policy, or that policy will be used while packet will be processed from the firewall, so that time the data plane will be used. So there are two types of planes. And the Palo Alto operating system name is Pan OS. Okay, and they are the architecture basically based on single pass parallel processing SV3. So these are the two different things, like single pass and parallel processing. So we can process the, let's suppose if you are going airport. Okay, so there are the multiple checkpoints. You need to go first for your photo session, then you need to go for your passport checking, then need to go for the another like check post for your identity check post. Maybe let's suppose it's 4 to 5 times you have to stand for luggage checking and for different checking purpose, right? So if same scenario, if you talked about in Palo Alto, so they did, so they did like they provide a single, like the multiple things, app application checks, checkpoint. If you want to check by application app ID and then content ID, so they provide the separate memory and separate CPUs for everything. And when the packet processing by these checks, so it will do this single checks until unless like you do not go to the multiple checkpoint. So they just provide a single checkpoint, and over the single checkpoint like all the packet processing things will be checked at a single place. And also, like I think you already know, right, the traditional firewall and the next generation firewall. So traditional firewall will be like ASA, earlier we are using, and the our next generation firewall is Palo Alto, and from other vendor as well, like 48 and Firepower also we have from Cisco checkpoints. So next generation firewall basically perform the filtering from layer 2 to layer 7. But on the traditional firewall we do filtering only on the basis of layer 3 and layer 4. And for the other filtering, like if you want to do the application filtering and the content filtering and user based filtering, so you have to use some another device like IPS, IDS. So these are the devices used by the organization in earlier time. But if you talk about now, so Palo Alto will provide all of these things at the single place, right? At a single place you will get the app application like app ID and the content ID and then user ID. Okay, so these all checks will be provided in a single device. So this is the difference between it like traditional and the next generation firewall. So this is all about we discussed in our last module. And now we are going to discuss about our new module, like which is the second module. So this is regarding the firewall initial configuration. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, so I was talking about the factory default. So what does it mean by factory default? So factory default means if you are going to any shop and try to purchase a mobile. Let's suppose you are going to a shop and purchasing a mobile. So if you will open that mobile, so there is nothing in a mobile, right? You have to put your email ID, you have to download, you have to whatever you want to do, you just need to do from scratch, right? So that is mean if like, factory default, the device is coming from the company direct, right? It's coming from a vendor. There is no between, like you are not going to purchase from any used things from a person or from any second hand used item. Even if you are using if you are purchasing, so you have to do the factory reset to make it new, right? If some, like let's suppose we also do the our mobile as a factory reset when when we do not have the storage and when our device is getting hanged so much time, so we do the factory reset, right? So factory resets means when we purchase any firewall or when we taking any firewall in our environment, so that files should be do not have any configuration. Okay, and there should be a management IP. The Palo Alto by default management IP is 192.168.1.1. This is the default management IP of Palo Alto firewall. Whenever you're going to purchase, so there is a separate port on your firewall, which is a management port. And licensing admin DNS NTP will talk later. Okay. So factory default, that means the default setting the provided by the company. Okay, the first login you have to log in from that when the company provided to you a device, so they provide the credential, default credential. So whatever you're getting, that's mean the all the things will be default. Okay, let me show you. So let me show you the default firewall, how it look like. So everyone should download the these things like VMware, and under the VMware we can download EVNG, and the minimum RAM will be required 16 GB for your device. So under I think 8 GB will not work for it, it will getting hanged. So you should have the 16 GB RAM, and then SSD will be 500 to, like hard disk will be 512 GB. That will be I think fine. So I have shared the like document like files here. So if someone having not downloaded it, or someone I think do not have the link, then do let me know. I will share this once again to you guys. I think here, yeah, here it is. I have shared to you, right, the new folder and VMEV. So you just ping me on my WhatsApp. I will provide the link to you if you do not have. Okay. So this is the my IP address of EVNG, which is I am getting default from DSCP. 168.1.14. Okay, so I am using the very older version of Palo Alto, like 8.0.0.0, and I need to upgrade it. So I will try to show you in the next lab from I will upgrade it to 10 or maybe more than that. One second, guys. I need to check the RAM for my previous lab. Close. Edit 6114. Okay, I think I have only one 8.0.0. Okay, so in a real time, you will see like when we are going taking a firewall from any company. So at that time, you will get a firewall and you have the management port, and you just need to connect management port to your local PC, which is having the internet. Okay, so this is my, let's suppose, management interface, and I'm connecting to the my local PC. And first time it will do the reboot. So whenever like firewall is starting with the first time, so it will do the reboot, like booting process will be happen. So we should have the wait for some time. So let the booting process will done, and meantime we can take it further, right? Okay, so first time login, regarding the first time login, so the credential will be username. Okay, username will be admin in a small, and then password will also be admin. Okay, and the management IP or management gateway, so I will show the command for it. So I'm not going to configure the management IP or gateway right now, because we will get the IP from DHCP. There's a DHCP already enabled, and by default the management IP of Palo Alto Firewall, which is 192, I think I already told you, 192.168.1.1. This is the default IP address of management interface. Okay, we will configure the DNS and other things. Let me see if my device is ready. Okay, so whenever you will do the login from like virtual device or on a Palo Alto device, so you should have you should need to wait for some time, like 1 minute or maybe more than 1 minute. Basically, it's happen on the virtual environment, but not on the real time. On the real time, you will just enter your password admin and username also as admin, so you will get logged in. But in a real time, we need to wait some time. Like on a virtual, we need to wait for some time. It's maybe due to the booting process or something happening in the background. So I'm not aware on that point. Yeah. So IP provided by DSAP is 192.168.1.15. Let me log in now. Admin still not logged in. Okay, now it's logged in now. So if you want to see the management interface, so the command will be show interface then management. So this is the command to check the management interface. So right now I can see the IP is already assigned, like 192.168.1.15. If not, then definitely you have to assign the IP address to management interface. But by default, it's assigned. Whether you are purchasing a new firewall from your Palo Alto networks, or from right now, as we are using a default firewall in virtual environment. So this is the default IP address right
So
now.
Imran, this command will work for FortiGate also.
For FortiGate, I need to check. So I didn't. I think the command will be same. Like it's little bit similar, but maybe the command will be different.
Okay.
So after firewall, we will also take a session on FortiGate. So that time I will compare. Okay, so there are some more commands you can explore if you want. So interface, then question mark, then you can see logical. It will show you the connected interface. So right now you can see I have no any interface connected to my Palo Alto, so that's why I cannot see any interface name or IDs here. Even if I type interface all, so still I cannot see because I do not have any interface right now. Logical, that's mean if you configured any layer 3 interface, that in that scenario you will see, but I do not have any interface connected to any device, that's why. And same the output in when I type same like all, so I do not have interface right now, so it's not giving any output. Hardware, basically for the L2 interface. So as I do not have the L2 interface as well. Okay, now let me show you the firewall. What are the configuration will be done initially when we purchase any firewall from the organization or from Palo Alto. So I'm taking the GUI, and by default on the management interface of Palo Alto, the three things will be enabled. It's not working. Yeah, it's worked. Okay, by default the three ports will or three services will be enabled, like SSH, the ping, and the HTTPS. So right now my management IP is 192.168.1.15, right? This is the my management IP. So if I will ping this IP, I'm able to do. If I will do the SSH, I'm able to do. If I do the HTTPS, I'm able to do. But apart from these protocols, if I will do HTTP, so my URL will not work. Okay, if I will do telnet instead of SSH, if I will do the telnet, then it will also not work. Let me show you. Okay, might be my system will run little slow as I'm using virtual device, so 16 GB still it's like minimum one to work. If you have the 32 GB, that will be very good. So 192.168.1.15, this is my Palo Alto IP. And let's suppose if I'm taking SSH, so let's see, I'm able to take it, right? My admin, this is my default login credential, right? I'm able to log in. Okay, let's take a new session. This time I want to take a telnet, right? So 192.168.1.15, this is my IP, and if I will try to take a telnet, then this should not work. So you will see you are not getting any prompt. Okay, the session will be deactivate in some time. It's try to log in, but as telnet is blocked, so telnet is not working, so you will not able to get access connection timed out. You will get this prompt. Okay, let me close it as well. Now let me show you here HTTP 192.168.1.15. Yeah, I'm trying this on HTTP based, and here I'm trying the same URL on HTTPS based. You will see like this is opening on HTTP. I tried on HTTPS based and it worked for me, and here I tried for HTTP based, right? It is not working for me. And this is not enabled here, right? So we have only SSH, ping, and HTTPS enabled by default on management interface only, not the other interface. We have the other data interface, but there is no port or no service by default will be enabled. You have to do enabled. And when you are going to enter log into the firewall, so the default credential as admin as like username admin, password admin, and when you try to log in first time, you will get a prompt. This is a default setting, and if you want to do some configuration, then you have to do please change your password. And on the dashboard you will see I'm using PanOS 8.0. As I told you, I will upgrade in the next session to 10.0 or maybe more than that. And I'm getting this IP 192.168.1.1.15 from DSCP. The mask, you can see these details on dashboard. The system resources, you will see like what are the utilization status right now. So it is completely unused, like only management interface is getting used 14%, but not the other planes. Data planes and session count, you can see it's almost zero. Okay, and this is the command center. So basically we are not using in the real time, but if you want you can see the different types of logs here, attacks, the activity basically. This is a monitoring
Imran,
mhm,
in dashboard there was one option columns, three columns. What was that?
3 columns.
Layout
One
on the
second.
top.
Mm-hmm. Where we oh this is right. So under the layout you will change, like you will update if you want to see these things in a three in a three different columns, then you can see in a three different column. If you want to see on a two different columns, so you will change it and you will see the two different columns.
Okay.
So it's a
So this
custom.
dashboard it looks like FortiGate as well, right? Where we can see the all the status of HA,
Yes,
firewall,
yes, it's similar to, yes, yeah, you
or
can
any logs.
yeah, you can change also, like if you also want to see the high availability interface status, so you can add it here. So you can
Okay.
add or remove if you want to do, you can. Like on application, the top high risk application, you will update it
So
here, logs.
sometime interviewer asks that how many tabs are there. So we can answer that there are seven types of uh, tabs on for Palo Alto, right?
Yeah, yeah, these are the tabs you're talking about.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. I think in
I heard some of interviewer ask like how many
yeah,
tabs. So this is
like
also basic
this
and
is
tricky.
asked by me, or like this is asked to me by me also in like 4 to 5 years back by the TC when I give an interview in a TCS. So that time the interviewer asked me like what all are the tabs name.
Okay.
Okay, so you can remember or you can take a screenshot for it if you note somewhere.
Hello.
Yeah.
Maybe, so is it like when we're using this Palo to in production environment, is it required we need to console access or any kind of thing?
The first time?
Yeah.
No, the first time console access will not be required. I think first time will be only management IP will work.
Hmm.
So if you want, you can tell like if the device is not nearby you, then you can take a SSH connection, and if you device you have the direct connectivity, then you can connect the wire with management port.
Okay. So for that, there will be one dedicated management book, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you are using console, then for first time, then it will be like admin and admin will be password, or there will
Yes,
be
yes,
any
yes.
other thing.
No, no, admin only.
Okay. In production environment, also you are using admin and admin.
Yes, the first
Okay.
new fresh when you are going to purchase a new fresh firewall, then the default credential will be admin, and the management
Okay.
IP will be also configured, which is 192.168.1.1.1.
1.1. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, guys, one of the question will ask, like in the interviewer. So, suppose if we give you one fresh physical firewall or FortiGate firewall, will you able to deploy or not? Okay, able to configure or not? So they will ask. Okay, so this is the scratch, like how we can deploy the firewall on the application or anywhere. Okay, so this is how we can do. So you have to focus on these things.
Okay, though,
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
the first tab regarding the dashboard, we will see the dashboard like different things we can note it down, and the second one is command center, where we will see the activity. Like this is for basically for the monitoring. Like if you want to do the monitor on network activity, you can do here. If you want to do the threat activity monitoring, you can do from same blocked activity and tunnel, like IPsec tunnel. If you have configured on the firewall, then you can see or you can monitor the activity here. And this is the monitoring tab where we can see the logs like traffic logs, threat logs, URL filtering. So as in our previous session we discussed regarding the three different things like content ID, app ID, and the application ID, right? App ID, content ID, and the user ID. So there are the different traffic for that. So if you see the like traffic, like let's suppose if you're accessing a firewall or any traffic or any server internally to your organization, so that traffic will come under this traffic logs. Okay. And if you want to see Facebook traffic, like specific to the application, so you will see under this. And related to the user, then you will see under this user ID. And system logs, you will see HA logs, okay, and IPsec tunnels log you will see under this. Like 5 days ago, someone told me a question like he gave an interview, and the interviewer asked if one I have the two different firewalls. Okay, I have the two different firewalls. Let's suppose this is a PA1 and this is a PA2, and I have the access only PA1. Okay, this firewall I have the access, but this is not accessible by me, and even I don't know someone is sitting here or no. So my VPN parameters is getting mismatch. I'm not established a tunnel one from these two days. So this is a like topic we will cover in the VPN, but I wanted to show as this is a question asked by the interviewer just 5 days ago. So the interviewer asked if I have the access only this, then how I will see what exactly parameters will mismatch. Okay, so if I have the access to this Palo Alto firewall, so I can see the logs under system logs. Okay, under system logs I can see like which all or what all the parameters which not getting matched on PA2 side, so I can match it here. Okay, so under the system logs
Okay, Imran.
under system logs I can see the HA logs and the VPN logs. And heap match will basically when you try to connect a remote access. Okay, if you want to try to take a remote access of any device, 1 second, guy, allow me a moment. Okay, so now, okay, we are talking about user ID, right? Okay, this one, heap match. So when any user want to connect from remotely from your organization, so they will use a global protect, like Palo Alto is providing the global protect client, which is used to connect from your remote, like from basically work from home user. So if you want to connect from remotely access to your organization, so you will connect to global protect, and your device information will be comes under heap match. Okay, and authentication match will like if you are going to authenticate while accessing a global protect, so those logs will comes under this. Okay, so if you want to take a report from, you can download or see the reports from here. So initially when you log in firewall first time, you will not see any traffic, as you do not have the any configuration right now. Only system logs you will see. And this is a monitor tab, user admin access. I just logged in from the admin, that's why I can see it. Apart from system logs, I cannot see any logs. If you see the URL filtering, I cannot see it. Heap match, I cannot see it. User ID, I cannot see it. So I do not have any logs right now. And under the policy, if I will see, so we have the different types of policies are there, like Palo Alto. And by default, under the security policy, we have only two policy configured, right? In the first one name is intrazone, which is allowed by default. The second one is interzone. So intrazone means whatever comes under the same zone, right? Let's suppose we have this is our firewall. Okay, this is our LAN environment, and this is our WAN environment. Okay, so if I am want to, there are some different VLANs as well. Let's suppose this is a VLAN 1, this is a VLAN 2, but zone is same, right? As Palo Alto works on zone based firewall, it's not working on a VLAN based. So still the zone is same, so they both will be communicate. Okay, they both will be communicate, and the firewall will not break this connectivity or will be block this connectivity. But interzone, that's mean if you are going from one zone to another zone, if you are going or taking access, if let's suppose I am part of DMG zone and I want to take access from internal zone or the internet zone, then I need to create a policy here. It is by default getting denied by the interzone policy, and I do not have the access to disable or change it. Okay, so far any doubt?
No, Mr.
Okay. Okay,
So
so
Imran, this zone basically it's a region zone, or you like what is this like?
which zone?
We have discussed like in every firewall
Mm-hmm.
there are some region. there are like little difference. Like FortiGate, we have interface
Yes, yes.
level of
Like FortiGate is
zone
basically working on different interface
architect.
based. Yes, yes. And there are different architects difference. So as Palo Alto firewall working on zone based firewall. So it's
And
deny or
checkpoint
allow the
work
traffic.
as a VLAN.
Yeah, it's deny and allow the traffic basis on zone. But if you talked about the FortiGate and checkpoint, I'm not having idea on checkpoint, but on the FortiGate firewall deny or allow the packet on the basis of interface.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the policy, and then there are different types of policy as well, like security policies, net policy. So I think you all will be aware regarding the net, and then quality of services. If you want to create a quality base, then you can do like policy based forwarding. If you create a policy based forwarding, then we will talk in packet filtering, like packet flow of firewall. That time we will discuss about this, like what exactly policy based forwarding and what is the security policy, what is the difference between these two. So if I configure the policy based forwarding though, so my firewall will look first this until of unless like it will not see the security policy, it will see this one first. Then also we can configure the decryption. If your environment we are using the decryptions or encryptions policies, so we can use this one as well. So if any traffic is coming from any zone, let's suppose this is the my, okay, let's suppose this is my system or this is my trust zone, and I want to access, this is my firewall here, and I going to access a DMG server. Okay, so whenever any traffic, let's suppose I'm using a 443 base traffic, so it is encrypted. So when it's come to the firewall, so firewall will decrypt the packet first. If I enable this decryption for this traffic, then only it will decrypt it, and then it will re-encrypt. Okay, and then forward the traffic. Like first it will do the inspection on packet, but it depends. If you will enable this policy, then only it will happen, otherwise it will no. Then the tunnel inspection, application override. In like in my current organization, we are using only this security policy, net policy, this one, and this one authentication. We are not using, even I authentication is not used. Only the first four or quality source also is not used. Like only three things we are using in my current organization, but we can use these well. These are as well. So tunnel inspection means this is related to the VPN. Application override, this is related to the applications. Like if you do the override applications you do not want to filter out, so you can do here. Authentication, if you do the authentication based policy, you can do from here, like DOS protection. So these are the types of policies you can
So
create.
where we can do web filtering like in application override.
Web filtering,
Like like if I want to
application based, right?
restrict Facebook.
Application based, right, you're talking about.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you can do here only, like in security policy you can go here, and under the application you can do.
Like in FortiGate we have web filtering, you know. So
Yeah, basically web filtering is application based, right?
yeah,
If you want to access the Facebook, and you want to do the
restrict.
filtering on Facebook. Yeah, internal, like there are the multiple things in a app, like Facebook, video, audio, chat, so you can do all those things. You have to enable the things first, like from here you can add the things what you want to filter out. So you can add it here, like that the lots of, so you can add the specific Facebook, like what exactly you want to filter out. If you want to filter all the Facebook, you want to block, you can block it directly. Or you want to only block the video or audio, anything else, you just need to select. Okay, and do the deny, and from the action you can allow or deny.
Okay.
So application filtering you can do from here. We will do one by one, right? For this it is our first
Yes, sure, sure.
default one. So these are the things we will see in the policies, and then objects. Basically, on objects we will create the address groups, and global protect. Like global protect, we can also cover in our like next module. No, not the next module, but in our further module we will cover. So security profiles we will also cover, and authentication decryption profile schedules. What is the schedules means? So these are the things will comes under objects, and then network. The network you will see the interface, zones, VLANs, vWires, virtual wires. We will talk about this one as well. Virtual routers. This is the routing table of Palo Alto. Here you will found the route, and you have to enable, like, if you want to allow something, so you have to add the routing here. So this is the routing table of Palo Alto. IP
Okay, so
signals,
VLAN we will create from here, right?
VLANs. Yes, you can.
In network tab we will create our VLANs.
Yes, yes.
So before, like, if some VLAN created on networks data side, like in router switcher, so we will use same VLAN or different VLAN we can create here.
No, you can do the like nomenclature. Like you have to provide nomenclature. So whatever the company organization provide to you, you can put the same name.
Both names should be matched.
Yeah, yeah. It's you can match it.
Okay.
Internal. Actually, for the VLANs in switches, we are using for the like different traffic or for the different broadcast event, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here the VLANs is the same or it's a different one?
No, this will be a different one. It
Like
will not.
what?
It will not work like that.
Mhm. So what kind of things we can do in VLANs
So
here?
no, you can. It's just for nomenclature. So even if you want to do the exact, like, what is this, and okay, I think. So basically, in my environment, actually we are not using VLAN as well, but the VLAN concept will be little different for from the switch, because switch is a LAN device and this is a like LAN to WAN device.
Yeah.
So the VLAN concept will be definitely will be different from the switch. If you will compare
So,
from switch, then
so
it will
like
be
we
different.
can put multiple zones or multiple policies in the single VLANs. It's like that kind of that kind of thing.
I need to check it first, then I will get back to you in the next session on it.
Okay, actually, the names are similar, so I'm getting confused.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
I will note it down, and then I will get back to you on this part in my next
yeah,
session.
I'll just tell you.
Yeah. So Rahul, you can note it down and then send it to me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. So these are the things we will see in a network tab. So like VLANs, virtual wires, virtual routers, then the IPsec tunnels. You can also configure the global protect portal gateway and the device block list. These are the things we can see, and then these are the IPsec related things: crypto IK, IPsec, IP gateway, and this is the interface management interface. Or this is something different. Okay, now the device. This is the device tab, the last one, where you will see the management things. So you can do, if you want to configure the host name, you can configure it. If you want to do the banner, you can add the banner here. The time, the NTP, you can also update it here. Or if you have any server specific name, then you can put it down in the Here is India, Asia. 5:30 plus GMT. I think it is not there, right? Okay, let it be. Then right now I'm putting this any Indian name, or if I do not have, then I need to paste the local. What is this? En. Or if you have any profile, then you can put it here. If not, then you have to create the profile. And this is the little NTP, so you can put your like in a real device we will see the India, but right now I think this is a virtual, so might be.
You can check Asia Kolkata, Imran, on the top. Asia Kolkata, maybe.
Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, here it is.
Yes.
Okay, so I put it down and I do the OK. And host name I can provide the INA Palo Alto. Domain name also I can provide INA dot. Okay, these things I can provide. This is restricted device. You can mention these things and do the OK. So this is the NTP related configuration we did. Okay, so this is the NTP, like network time protocol. And activate licensing, we will talk it later. Like I will show you how you can update the license. And apps and thread updates also we'll see this. Admin accounts, role and password, best practice. So basis on that, like you cannot provide all the members to the super user access, so definitely we need to create some users based, like when we will talk about the user ID, at that time I will show you how you can create a user basis on their work or privilege level. So you can provide the limited access. They have only security policy tab access. They should have only read only access, not the write access. And the host name we already see here, like in the system settings. Secure management access hardening we will see later on. CLI I already show you. I think from PPT purpose we already covered. Let me show you some more things here. Okay, under the authentication profile I will show you here later, like you can add the authentication things. Then login and reporting things you will update it here, right? So if you want to see the traffic, or if you want to download things, logs, reports, predefining reports. So what kind of logs you want to see, you can do download under the PDF file. And then the panorama setting, if you are connected to the panorama, then you have to put your panorama device or IPs there, and you will connect it to the panorama device. If right now I do not have the panorama, and this is my individual firewall I'm accessing, so I can see only this. And under the operation, if you want to take a like backup of my device, so there are some steps you need to follow to take a backup. So these are the things: export and import. Like if you want to take a backup, then you can see you will take a backup from this option. and if you want to add a like your configuration to fresh firewall, then you can edit from here. Okay, these are the options. Like if you want to do the reboot, like software reboot, you can do from here. Shut down your device, you can do from here. Instead of button, you can directly do from here. Services, like this is the DNS server. If you want to configure the DNS and NTP, so you can provide the NTP server name here. If you have your NTP server name, you can provide it here. And if you have the DNS, like primary DNS, right now I'm providing this secondary 4.4.4.1.1.1. Okay, you can provide your DNS name as well. Okay, you can see here, right? I earlier told you the like three services by default will be enabled, which is ping, HTTPS, and SSH. So these services will be enabled by default. And if you will open this management interface, so you can see by default is 3 enabled, but if you want, you can enable these things: HTTP, HTTPS, Telnet, SNMP. You want, if you want, then you can do that. And if you don't want the DHCP client, if you want to configure a static IP, then you can also do this. And also, if you want a permitted IP address, like what exactly IP address will be allowed to take a host, the management IP. If you want a particular subnet, you want to define a subnet, only these subnet will be configured for my management IP. So you can do that from here. Telemetry, leaving for this now. Content ID also leaving. Wildfire, I will let you know later. This is for zero day attack, like GTNA. And session, regarding the session we will talk also later. And HSM, hardware security module provider, we will talk it later. So the main thing is management interface and the services, which I mentioned on my slide. So these are the things like DNS and the NTP I can configure from here. And on the management side, I already show you the interface here, right? Management interface. And this is the management where I can put my host name and domain name, and the banners I can update it here. And now these are the things we can see or we can explore on device tab, like setup, high availability, password profile, administrator. I can like right now I'm working in super admin. So if you want to create multiple users on the same firewall, you can do that. I will let you know later this is. Then you can define the admin roles. Once you will create the admins here, then you have to provide the roles there. Okay, and these are the server profiles. We will talk one by one. Like okay, one more layer, licensing it is there, licensing. So if you want to upgrade your firewall, you can do this. But this is the separate uh, slide for it. I have created. So I will cover on that slide. But if you want to upgrade, so you can do the upgrade. But for that, we need to take a backup first. So there are different slides for I will create for a different slide for it, and I will do the upgrades and part as well. But I think we do not have the access to do this because we do not have the license of it. I need to provide the manual key, or then only I can do the upgrade. Okay, and the support, if you will get stuck somewhere on a Palo Alto, then you have to open a support ticket. Okay, and you have to generate a tech support file. So all the configuration will be comes under this tech support file, and you have to upload to the Palo Alto team, like support portal. We have the support portal, Palo Alto support portal, Palo Alto support. Okay, so this is the support portal. And if you are stuck somewhere on a Palo Alto configuration, or maybe on any issues related to the bug or software, so you have to open this ticket. Then the firewall engineer will, like tech engineer, will come with you on a call or on an email and ask to upload this file first, and then he will do some investigation and get back to you. Okay, so this is all regarding the firewall, like the scratch firewall, what you will see in a scratch time. So this is all things which I wanted to deliver today. So if anyone having any concern, any doubt, you can ask me.